Hi, everybody. I'm James,
And I'm Grace.
and
And
welcome
welcome to
to
the
James
James
and
and
Grace
Grace
Show.
Show.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and
Leave us a comment if you like.
all right. This one's called Raising Little Joon in the Philippines. Man, raising a little Joon in the Philippines has been a trying time. With me trying to get out here so I can participate in raising him. Versus Grace having to raise him by herself. But it's all coming together now. It's pretty much coming together now because we just potty trained him. You know, which is real good.
Remember the first day he saw you?
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, you see his reaction?
Yeah,
Little Joon.
because he was used to seeing me on video call.
Yeah.
I used to talk to him all the time on video call and everything like that. So, but he's just getting potty trained, and we potty train kids a little different in the U.S. than they do in the Philippines.
Yeah.
How do y'all potty train them?
Potty train here. Well, for my kids before.
Yeah.
I don't use like pot, baby pots like that.
Oh, so you use a potty?
Yeah,
huh?
I don't use my kids like that.
What
Usually a diaper on.
Yeah.
Even in the morning, afternoon, like that.
Yeah.
Bedtime, of course. Yeah. I don't teach them how to use in a potty. More on diaper.
Yeah.
Then when the stage like 3 years and 3 years and 5 months like that, then I started to train my firstborn in to use the toilet, not in a pot, baby pot.
Yeah, but the potty, see, in U.S. the potty is more convenient because it's short. It's not tall like a regular toilet, and when they try to get on it, they got to hold themselves up, so they can't be comfortable enough. They can't sit there.
Yeah, that's why when you told me to get him a potty train, what's that?
Yes, I thought you knew, but the potty
mostly here in Philippines, more on the mommies, they let their babies use diaper.
Yeah, the diapers, but you want to get them out the diaper as soon as possible. You want to try to get them out of the diapers. Because they're costly, and it teaches them that it's okay to go on themselves. So that's my reason for wanting to get him off of it. So, but he's going to the potty now. He's going to the potty now.
Yeah. Good job.
Yes.
If you want to see, then he said,
Yes.
he said,
Yes.
where is Pot?
Yeah. He insists that we bring this pot. Like when we come upstairs, he wants us to bring the potty up here. Then when we go downstairs, he wants us to bring the potty down. Yep. And let me see what else we got to do. We got to.
And the diaper also. Once he opened his eyes in the morning, then he told me to take off diaper.
He don't like diapers.
Yeah. Take off diaper.
Yeah. He do not like the diapers. So that's a good thing. So that's one hurdle we was able to make it over.
And also he learned, brush your teeth, brush teeth.
Yep.
Yep. You say like that.
When he brushed his teeth too. What kind of toothpaste is that?
It's a kiddie toothpaste.
Yeah, it tastes good,
Yeah,
huh?
it tastes good. That's why he like.
Yeah, that's why he be eating it too.
Mm. uh,
You be eating it, and he can feed himself too.
mm,
But Grace still feeds him,
mm. Because I don't like him mess up his food, playing his food in his hands like this,
Yeah,
grab like that.
but
I don't like.
yeah, but see, those are the things that in the U.S. we had to
Mm-hmm.
teach them.
Mm-hmm.
We really had to teach them. We had to let them experience things. Like eating by themselves,
Mm-hmm.
using the potty, and even walking. When they start walking,
Mm-hmm.
we had to let them experience the walking, and not be behind them like, I got you, I got you, I got you. So because when they figure it out that you're not behind them to catch them, they'll be a little more careful, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you stand behind them like this all the time, they'll just fall straight on back, And you've seen it before. He used to
Mm-hmm.
fall back,
Yeah.
But if he knows that he's walking and you're not behind him and stuff like that, he won't do that no more. Because once he do it once, that's it. He knows,
Oh, and then the stairs,
Yeah,
he's fast.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Tackling them stairs, But like I said, once again, you got to let him go. You can't stop him from going up and down the stairs, because unless you're gonna put a gate up right there to block him off, but he can make it up the stairs now. He makes it all the way up and all the way down.
Yeah.
Sometimes he don't even wait on me because I try to walk in front of him and he try to go so fast, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, raising a kid is it's kind of hard, but it's a rewarding thing, especially once they get it. They get it. Like when him saying his ABCs and everything. Yeah, because he's speaking in English,
Yeah.
He speaks in English.
Yeah.
He speaks
Yeah.
totally in English,
Yeah, but he hear the native language, then he can't speak well. He can,
Yeah.
but in English,
Yeah.
he can speak English.
It's like he was born for it, he can talk English, but and he imitates anything that you say, so gotta be careful.
Yeah, anything that you say,
Yeah,
he say it.
yeah, he says it too. You got to be careful, especially if it's a word he haven't heard before.
Yeah.
He really will say it then. So we got to be careful what we say now.
Yeah, you be careful too.
Yes, you got to be careful. But like I said, man, it's a real good feeling, especially with him learning. And this is the time when I really love raising kids, when they start really taking it in. Instead of being, see, I don't like newborn babies, little babies and stuff like that, because they can't do anything. They can't comprehend really, When they get 2 years old, that's it. That's it then.
Yeah. Yeah, and no more newborn. No more.
All right now.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah. But I really don't want any more kids.
Yeah. Me too.
So no, I don't think I got it in me anymore, for raising another kid, But if it happens, it happens.
No, it
Okay.
happens.
If it happens, it happens, Like if she told me she was pregnant now, it it wouldn't phase me, you know.
I'm not.
I know, but it wouldn't phase me. Okay,
Mhm.
it wouldn't phase me at all. You know, I just prepare myself to do it again. You
Hmm?
know, I'll prepare myself to raise him or her. You know,
Give it a chance to other who want to have a babies.
yeah. But you know, like I said, man, it's if it happens, it happens. You know, if it happens, it happens. You know, but you said give the other people a chance to have
Yeah.
they have the
God knows it.
yeah yeah
Because other women they want to have babies.
yeah yes it's a lot of people want to have children
Mm-hmm.
like maybe they can't have children you
Mm-hmm.
know or something like that so that would be cool if they can have it but it's,
Mm-hmm.
instead of us you know but who knows who knows you know
Mm.
yep yep but raising kids is not as difficult as you may think,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because you can take to it like it's nothing. You can do it, you know, because once the kid gets it in his head what he's doing, like if he's doing something bad, like touching something hot, you know, you got to try to tell him not to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him hot, and if he still want to touch it on his own, if he touch it, he just go ahead and touch it, you know. Yeah. Go ahead and touch it. And then,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you burned yourself, didn't you? Now you won't do that no more. See, that's the thing. They have trial and error, Tri- trial and error. You know, when they do something, it's cause and effect. When they touch something, it burns them. They snatch their hand back, then they know not to do it no more. But some things you got to be careful of the
Mm-hmm.
plugs and stuff. You
Oh
know,
yes.
like sticking forks and plugs and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So you really got to get on them about that, you know.
Or the bucket of water
Yeah,
in the comfort room.
yeah. So you got to uh, be on them, you know,
Mm-hmm.
about that, and really spank their butt if they do
Mm-hmm.
if they have it, something in their hand trying to stick it in the socket or something. Pop pop pop. Don't do that. Don't do that. You got to let them know. And there's no problem with that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
spanking a kid because they're doing something that's real bad. Because look, let's be real. A lot of kids, you can't talk to them. You can't tell them not to do something because they don't know what the consequences is if they do it. You know, that's all I'm saying. You know, I'm not uh, for spanking a kid or something like that. But there's times when you need to spank a kid. There's times when you need to spank a kid. Yes, but nowadays they frown against you punishing a kid for doing something bad or something dangerous. You know, you got to let them know that something is dangerous. You need to let them know because if not, then they'll never know until they do it. Then it may be too late. Then it may be too late. So you better jump on it now. That's the thing. A lot of parents they let their kids grow up and then they never teach them consequences for their actions. You know, they don't teach them consequences until they get old enough, like they get 17, 18 years old, and then they get out there and do something. Then they end up in jail for a long time or get hurt. You know, you got to teach your kids. You know,
Mm-hmm.
You need to teach them, you know. So, like I'm saying, man, as long as I'm here, as long as I'm on this God's green earth, I'm going to teach little Joon.
Yes.
I'm going to teach little Joon, you know, so that he grows up to be a nice young man, you know.
Me too, of course.
Yeah, of course you're gonna do it, you know. Of course, you know. But both of us need to get together to do this, you know. We both need to do this, you know. So raise him to be a nice young man, teach him right from wrong, and everything like that. Teach him what not to do, what to do. Because now you'll be in school. How old he got to go? To
4.
Like 4 years old?
Yes.
Well, that's right around the corner, you know. So when he go to school, I want him to be well seasoned so that he can do everything. He can say his ABCs, he can count and everything, color, and be potty trained. Don't get up in there. Don't get up in there and have to wear diapers and stuff like that. Yep, and be able to eat and stuff like that by itself. Yep. When he go to school, he's gonna be there how long?
Not
many-
whole day. Maybe
Okay.
maybe 3 hours. Like
3
that.
hours.
Yes.
Okay. 3 hours. Well, that's good. But
3 or 2 like that.
yeah. Wow. Man, it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yep. But I'm gonna be ready for it. So, and I'm sure you'll be ready for it.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. All right, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and
Leave us a comment if you like.
right. Hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time we drop another video. And share. Share our videos with your family. Share our videos with your friends. Share our videos with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys. Peace. Adios. Salamat.
Salamat.
All right.